It's a pleasure to be here, and it's certainly a great thrill to understand that we've sold out the Palladium tonight, so well done. Great effort. Tonight we come together to celebrate the 2013 season after one of the most challenging and extraordinary years in the history of our great club. The Crichton Medal is a special night. It is a chance for us to acknowledge the many outstanding achievements of the year and raise a toast to the best and fairest players in 2013. Champions like Reynolds, Coleman, Hutchison, Hurd, Fletcher, plus Jobe and Tim Watson have all inspired fans for generations and have their names etched in history as winners of this prestigious award. At this point, I would like to acknowledge and thank some very important members of the Essendon family for their continued support of our club. Firstly, to our members, thank you for your loyalty and passion. You are the heart and soul of Essendon. Thank you. Thank you to our wonderful coterie groups, the Essendonians, Peter Hughes, Diamond Dons, Stephen Day, Red and Blacks, Paul Spillane, the Law Dons, Tony Howard, Collins Street Dons, Kevin Dale, Phil Pryor and Tim Donoghue, Essendon Women's Network, Jane Grover, and emerging leaders Simon Davies. And to our First 18, you are a special group. Your great support and shared vision for the next generation of Essendon supporters is a critical investment in the future of our club. Thank you. I have every confidence that the High Performance Centre that you've helped create will lead to the next golden era for our club. I would like to formally acknowledge and thank Ray Gunston. Ray took over as our interim CEO at a critical time for the club and has done an enormous job in guiding the ship through a very complex and difficult situation. Thank you, Ray. Thank you also to the very talented and hard-working people in our administration and the executive staff who simply got on with the job at Essendon, so thank you to you. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our former chairman, David Evans, who is in the room tonight with Sonia. David, the leadership and fortitude you provided the board and the entire club during your time as chairman should never be underestimated. You brought great vision, compassion and strength to the role, and our club owes you a great debt for time and commitment that you have given to all of us at Essendon. Thank you, David. Another great Essendon person was recognised this year, with Ron Kerwin becoming our #1 ticket holder. Ronnie, thank you. I'd like to pay tribute to our loyal sponsors and commercial partners who have also been unwavering in their support this year, in particular to our co-major partners, Kia Motors Australia and True Value Solar. In a very difficult situation, you have been generous with your time and very supportive to our football club. Thank you. Three long-standing sponsors renewed their partnership with the club this year. Antler, represented tonight by Managing Director Sonny Roth. Thank you, Sonny. Yakult, represented tonight by Managing Director Kenji Ono. Thank you, Kenji. and Toll, represented by Brian Kruger. Sonny, Kenji and Brian, welcome and thank you for your ongoing support to our club. Thank you also to Red Energy, represented tonight by Ian Graham, the Bendigo Bank, represented by Philip Stewart and Aaron Hawkins, Adidas, Host Plus, Johnson Workwear, Treasury Wine Estates, Bosch and Allied Pickfords. Bosch, represented tonight by Mark Blacker. Thank you. Tonight is not a night to dwell on the Asada report and investigation, but as the worst is now behind us, I believe it important to give everyone here my thoughts on mistakes made during the 2012-2013 seasons. As a club, we can't point to any one person, event or moment in time to sheet home the blame for the mistakes made, which ultimately led to significant sanctions against the club and against individuals. The issues at the centre of the investigation were complex and involved over a number of months, so it's worth briefly focusing on what went wrong and why it went wrong. The Essendon Football Department structure in 2012 and 2013 was typical of most AFL clubs, particularly prior to the Essendon investigation becoming more public. In early 2012, we had a strong football department that sought and was given pretty much everything they needed to achieve success. Corners were cut, budgets mostly ignored, and policies and procedures invariably received lip service only. We employed the wrong people in our high performance area in our search for success and allowed them to operate in a poorly supervised manner. Protocols and procedures were vague and resulted in blurred accountability throughout most operational areas of the football department. In 2013, it was unanimously agreed by the board that the club had a problem and it needed to self-report to the AFL. The two Essendon employees at the centre of the investigation left the club and to this day have not been charged by any party. Since the allegations against the Essendon Football Club were first raised, the club has lost 3 senior executives, including the chairman, the CEO and the football manager, plus we have seen the suspension of our senior coach and 3 of his coaching team. So to say that it's been a difficult time for the club is a gross understatement. Our players who were playing for top spot during round 17 were unable to play finals football, even though finishing comfortably inside the top 8. Just to keep the club running and functioning normally each day has been a very stressful task and difficult to achieve throughout the course of the year. However, it has happened. And I think what I would like to do is make a special thank you to the staff, the administration, who have really held up under very, very tough conditions. Thank you. But it is very important to note that we have come a very long way since self-reporting to the AFL back in February. We understand the impact of our failures, and we also understand the impact that we've had on players, staff, sponsors, and our supporters and members. It is important that our members and our supporters know that we are sorry for what happened. We must now channel our energy towards restructuring the club and rebuilding our brand to ensure these mistakes can never reoccur and to build a stronger and successful Essendon Football Club for 2014 and beyond. Thank you. An important body of work is now underway to rebuild the Essendon brand. As part of this process, we will be listening to our members and supporters to help shape the future direction of our club. Already, we are in the process of conducting a series of research initiatives to ensure we understand the views of our supporters. As of tonight, our members and supporters will be able to directly communicate with the club via email or Twitter. We all have an important role to play. We are listening and we want to hear from you. Many other things have already changed within the club, and these initiatives will continue with plans well advanced for next season. We have already implemented substantial reforms to corporate governance structures, people management procedures and medical protocols to ensure our 2013 on-field success will be underpinned by the future of a strong and efficient administration. Whilst our on-field performance for season 2013 was a very creditable 14 wins, it's crucial we carry this momentum into next year. And as a club and a playing group, we must not treat 2014 as a gap year. Excitingly, the club's administration is scheduled to move from Windy Hill to Melbourne Airport later this month, and the players will begin full training at our new home in November. Thank you. The official opening of the High Performance Centre has been scheduled for mid-November, with an exclusive open day for financial donors planned for December. Building a facility of this quality and scale comes at a cost, and the club has put in place long-term debt for the first time in our history. It's important for our members and supporters to know that the club planned for this level of debt in its projected financial forecasting. We have achieved over 70% of our total fundraising target for the new facility, thanks in part to many generous contributions to Flight Plan campaign. However, the reality is we now need more help from our members and supporters to reduce this debt as quickly as possible. Of course, moving our training base also means bidding farewell to the grand old lady of Windy Hill. The facilities and grounds will be opened up for the community use, and the Essendon VFL team will continue to play home games at the ground. The fitness centre, social club and the bomber shop will all remain and continue to operate as normal, while the admin building will soon have a new tenant. Importantly, Windy Hill will always remain our spiritual home. So looking forward, I genuinely believe that we have the talent and resolve in our playing and coaching group to evolve next year as a serious top 4 contender. To James Hird, we know this year has been To James, we know this year has been very challenging in many ways for you and your family, but I also know that you will come back stronger and better equipped to achieve success for Essendon Football Club. To Danny, Bomber and Bruce, you also have had... Yeah, come on, we need some applause. You have also had to endure a tough and very stressful year. Thank you for fighting hard and staying true to the Essendon Football Club. Unfortunately, we are not in a position to announce our interim coach for 2014 tonight. Although we are very close and hope to be able to give you more details next week. This year, more good news. This year we broke our all-time membership record with over 56,000 members. Our next challenge is to hit 60,000 members in season 2014. So, history might remember the 2013 season for all the wrong reasons, but we cannot and will not let the events of this year define our club. We have 140 years of proud history built on strong values and guiding pillars that will have stood the test of time and will continue to remind us all that we are proudly Essendon. Go Bombers. Thank you.